Hello.
Yo,
Hi.
today we're not playing any games because we're working. Why the fuck am I a dog again?
Well, you're a dog already.
It's only because of the stream title.
No. But I'm gonna be already a dog anyway with this stupid thing you made.
I know, that's why I'm taking off, but no one's here to see. Whoa!
Oh,
Hello,
Are you sure?
everybody.
that was
Hello,
good
what's
timing.
up,
Yeah. How was your stream? How are you?
It's Sarah
That was
streaming
perfect
with
timing.
it's Sarah streaming with her friends, which is 2 animated gifs. So,
Let me take
pug
Costas off.
and a
where is he?
capybara.
Costas.
How about
There we go. Because
Why
Costas
isn't
is a
Costas a
dog.
dog?
exactly. That's a very good question. I've been wondering. myself.
Whoa,
Stream was great.
Krasenstein's working on a cozy camping game. That sounds like
What's that?
straight up Matt's stream.
Yeah, I was like,
That's
excuse me.
amazing. Do you have any links or anything? Well, I'll check out your page at some point. That sounds amazing.
Camping intensifies.
What do you do in it other than camp? I mean, yeah, that's all you need to do, just do camping stuff, right?
You just be wholesome. Wombat.
Wombat.
Don't know what to think.
Fishing and cooking are primary focus. That sounds really cool.
But is it like survival or is it really chill? Like, what if you don't eat or have fire, you die?
If it's cozy, I'm guessing it's pretty chill and relaxed.
You'd think so.
Do you have butlers in the camp to help you so you can chill? I like how you created this game, and I'm thinking more of like Don't Starve.
Well,
Totally gonna add butlers and room service now.
Yes, to be
service.
DLC butler. It's like you just chill, you don't do anything. Don't starve in a cozy game after you become pro. Yeah.
Oh my
sure.
god, become pro at Don't Starve. I've not played that very far because I just constantly die.
Become pro at being cozy.
that game's too creepy.
It is very
Creepy.
creepy, especially when it's super dark and there's this like demons eat you or something that you can see.
I love
I mean,
Don't
it's really cool,
Starve.
but creepy.
The dogs always get... No, it's not even the dogs. I got actually kind of far this one time and then this massive, like, giant thing came and destroyed me. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, sad.
You gotta be able to order chicken fingers somehow. Yeah, that's why you have the butler, right? So how about myself working? What do I need? Oh, Sarah, can you give me those nice frames?
Oh, can you start on the other one first?
Such preparation.
I
for
know.
Costas.
Those.
Sorry?
You were the one who told me right before stream to do those, which I should have remembered.
Well, you said you didn't have anything to do. You could do the other things that you were doing before I told you that, if you want. But you don't have anything.
You tell me, Costa, you didn't do this. Yes, can you give me a frame? You need to do other things.
Okay, start on the other one first.
What's the other one?
The one where she's looking down from the statue. You know what I mean? Where she looks down to see the hunters.
I guess. Let me find it.
Naviklink, what are you doing there? What? Oh, Stream Avatars is being weird. It's like...
Wait,
You're
where
not-
is Nev?
How did she get there? Oh, whoops. He's on the wrong side. Wrong side. Wrong side. I mean, I can put you up there if you like.
Oh yeah, you're standing in front of
My face.
your face. Just slightly inconvenient, perhaps.
Okay. So I need to find an animation for Costas.
my screen to Spanish.
It did. Was that me?
You.
There we go. It's whenever I go to stream avatars, for some reason, it makes Discord go weird.
Weekly Thursday morning excuse to slack off. Oh no. Dear, oh dear.
Hello, Hravok.
I assume it's Ravok.
Hravok.
Weekly Thursday morning excuse. Nice. Well, now you also have a Monday morning excuse, but it's our excuse to not work too and play games now.
I assume you're not doing it. You won't be doing it next week, will you?
Oh, right, yeah.
No,
So
because Tara's gonna be gone. Yeah, I was asking that.
next week we shan't be streaming because I will not be around.
We shan't.
I shan't be around.
You're spending a week in IKEA.
Yeah.
Plenty of beds.
I don't know if that would be horrible or the best thing ever.
I would be interested in a horror game or movie in an IKEA. The capybara said that you will be online. It's Ravok.
Okay. Yes. I was posting links to the...
Matt.
Hello.
Costas is asking me for something that I do not have. Do you, by any chance, when you drew the... Sorry?
Sorry.
When you drew the ladder, do you, by any chance, still have the Amazon animation on top of that? In a file somewhere.
On top. I have...
Like, basically, I think Costas wants her at the top of the ladder when she reaches the top, so that he can do an in-between of her going from the top to the standing position.
Don't know.
Don't worry if you don't have it.
Because I don't think she ever, with the animation, I don't think it ever got to the top.
Yeah? Okay. Let me find the animation. Well, actually, Costas, the animation's in Discord when I sent it to Matt. Somewhere. Jeez.
Oh, somewhere. Okay, that narrows it down.
Oh, my somewhere was... Oh, I can't do that. I'm going to kill stream. Oh, there we go. This way. Is it this
Like
way?
that drumming animation.
Yeah.
It's getting exhausted, that kid.
There we go, Costas. Is this helpful?
I think so.
Right, back to my green-skinned boy.
Bongo Cat. It is a bit like Bongo Cat. You should put Bongo Cat in the game.
Who's Bongo Cat?
Do you know there's like an animation of a cat just like hitting the table, and then everyone just started changing it to, I think, it drumming and doing all sorts
like
of
a
things.
meme thing?
Yeah.
Meme.
Everything's a meme these days.
Ah, okay.
Oh yeah, that. Exactly. I love that that's the emote as well from a channel. Or is that a Twitch emote?
I don't know. Ha ha, cat.
With the leaf on this background, did you want it to be kind of obvious that you want it to stand out quite, rather than just being part of the foreground?
Later on, it needs to stand out as a hotspot because
Yeah, that's fine.
I guess just in the beginning, I don't make it a hotspot.
But between then, you should leave it alone.
Leave it alone, yeah, for sure.
Sarah's sick of us. Like, I gotta get away from you idiots.
Why do you think I'm going to Bristol?
I need to do a yawning toggle or something.
That must be, really kind of hard for VTubers to do that sort of thing. We have to constantly remember to press the buttons.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely a skill that I do not possess because I don't stream really. Well, aside from here.
A little capybara.
It's head like a carrot and tangerine.
Tangerine? It's a carrot, isn't it?
No.
Why is it?
I think it's.
Skull?
I think like typically it's a fruit called a yuzu. I think because it's like that stereotypical thing that these capybaras sit in hot springs in Japan and.
Oh, that'll be why. I was wondering.
There's all those little fruits floating about.
I was wondering why you drew a carrot growing out of its head because the tops kind of look like a carrot in a sense, but yeah, okay.
I mean, I guess it should be more yellow, to be honest, but I think yuzus are a bit yellower. But
yuzu.
I think it's a fruit called a yuzu. It's like a citrus fruit, I think. I've never had one, but I think that's what it is.
Yuzu fruit.
I'd use you to those fruits.
Many believe it's a cross between a mandarin orange and a lesser-known citrus called papeda.
Oh, sorry, I don't speak mandarin.
A small. Ignore.
But, I was reading about, because capybaras aren't native to Japan, they're South American, but they became popular in Japan due to some anime, I think.
Okay.
And I don't know if what came first. I don't know if the anime came first or them being brought into zoos and stuff. Was I don't know. Capybara facts. I should have some.
You could channel point reward for Matt to spew out a capybara fact.
I'm gonna have to go and find some first. Apparently they can sleep in water.
Seriously?
But
Don't
then
know
they
how.
die, unfortunately.
I mean, I suppose anything could sleep in water for a while. They're fantastic swimmers.
Like hippopotamus. It's my. I was gonna say my. What was the hippopotamuses? Yeah. Shh. What is the plural of hippopotamus?
Hippopotami?
I don't know. I wanted to say it, but it sounded ridiculous. Plural of hippopotamus.
Hippopotami.
Hippopotami.
Oh,
Hippopotami.
Or,
My or me?
I think it's I.
Oh, me, oh my.
So, it was right.
Does anyone else have some good animal facts?
The closest relative of a hyrax that you probably don't know what that is an elephant.
Are those...
Now look up hyrax and see how it looks nothing like an elephant.
I think. Wait, what? That's just a weird little bear.
It's
Dog.
not. They're the cutest little things ever.
A rock rabbit.
Are you
They're
guys
also
seeing
called
these
Dusty.
facts?
Dassy.
There you
Copying
go.
image
Are they-
images. There we go.
Are
Oh,
they
massive
native?
link.
Are they native? And are they in Namibia?
Yeah, they're in Namibia. Actually, I could have just got it up on stream, couldn't I? Yeah. This little fella, closest relative is an elephant. That's my fact
They
for the
look kind
day.
of. They look kind of chill, I guess.
They're adorable. I know when you see the little baby ones. Wait, Hyrax
I like-
babies.
I like the
Oh, yeah.
Wikipedia
Here we
calls
go.
them.
Sorry.
The Wikipedia calls them rotund as one of their descriptors. Shall I draw a VTuber avatar for a Hyrax?
Yeah, look at that, Costas.
Where?
Little baby.
Hi Jim makes games.
Am I looking at your screen? What are you looking
Yeah, I can send it to you as well. Little baby Hyrax.
at? Looks so grumpy.
No, it's a Hyrax. Their closest relative is an elephant for some weird reason. A kiwi egg is almost as big as an ostrich egg? How big is a kiwi though? I always imagine them to be small, but maybe they're not that small.
I don't think New Zealanders lay eggs.
What?
Because kiwis is
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, depending on the person, that's the egg size.
That's just the dog. Damn it! I didn't put the sound effect in.
Oh,
Next
Wait,
time
there's a
I'll
sound
put this.
effect.
Oh, wait.
Costas gave
I
me a dog noise, and I need to put it in as a sound effect. I just haven't
I
done
was
it
so
yet.
sure I was gonna be a dog from Zem coming, but Deluxe Tax was the one who betrayed me. Betrayed me as a human.
betrayed me. We could do our own sound effects.
Oh, sorry. Is
Hello.
this
Ew.
Is it hard to? No. Is it hard to add the sound effect? Sorry.
No, I just need to go on the website and do it. I just haven't done it. I forgot to do it.
You forgot the most important thing on the stream.
Is it the one thing that's going to make Costas happy, and he'll then redeem a dog himself?
I can't even hear the dog, but I can imagine it's even funnier.
A village on mountain.
Link says, is this kiwis? It grows up to 14 to 18 inches, 35 to 45 centimeters. Oh wow, yeah. And weighs 4.3 pounds. The kiwi's muscular legs make up around a third of its total body weight, and according to the San Diego Zoo, a kiwi can outrun a person. What? Kiwis' wings are tiny at around... Do they fly? I guess they don't fly if they've got tiny wings. So that's crazy if like the kiwi egg is the size of an ostrich egg, because like
Yeah, ostrich.
ostriches are bigger than that.
Yeah.
How do the kiwis get those eggs out? They can outrun a person. Which person? A very old
Can
man.
Probably outrun me. I need to look at a picture of a kiwi now. They're tiny, aren't they?
I don't think so, but I've never seen one, obviously, in person, to have any idea where I've seen ostriches.
I like that I had to
Ostrich-eye.
specify between. I had to specify kiwi bird egg as if the fruit was an egg.
Oh, it cost us the chair.
So, like, it seems like most of a kiwi's body is an egg when it's like before it hatches or lays it. Sorry,
Yeah. Wow.
That's there.
it's
That's crazy.
unusual.
That was a pretty good fact. How did you know that fact? Who knew that fact? Was it Nevitlink? Or was Nevitlink looked it up?
It's an egg.
Can't
I
remember.
think he pulled those numbers
Oh no,
out
it's
of his brain.
Hravok. How did you know that? Whoa.
A person of many facts.
Wormius51,
Presumably.
thank you for the follow.
Yeah.
Yes. Wormius.
Matt, you just jumped into a fly and got
Oh wow!
some points.
I feel honoured.
Wait, why are people all over the place? Oh, stream
Everyone-
avatars. Oh,
People
stream
lo-
avatars. What are you doing?
Did they always get in front of chat?
Did they always get in front of chat? In this situation, yes.
In the situation that I asked if they did.
Hmm?
What situation?
A situation in the three of us streaming.
Oh,
Oh, you know what? Okay, wait. This might. Please not muck up Discord for
I
everybody.
think it also happened in the
It
game
is.
stream.
It is. Stop it. Oh my god. I wish it wouldn't do this. Okay, what if I put stream avatars on this screen? Is it still fine? I hope it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna stick some people up here.
Just realized I haven't animated the Amazon for some time.
And then I'm gonna do this quickly. Spawn zone and make everybody spawn here. Poo, there we go. Maybe that's better.
Hey, Warriors. It's cool you can draw them around.
Oh, you can draw like
YouTube channel,
barriers and stuff.
YouTube channel Casual Geographic says $5.
Ooh, I should watch more geography stuff.
Actually, you know what? I think I gave everyone a little bit more space last time. Up to like... Just don't particularly want people... Oh, that's the wrong thing. Collision. You're a wizard, Harry.
What? Who's a wizard?
Wormius is a wizard.
What?
Harry.
Yeah, Warmius, we got how do you pick a new avatar?
How do you pick a new avatar?
There's a button somewhere on the screen to the right.
Yeah, stream avatars.
Yeah,
Button that pops
yeah.
out when you hover over the screen.
There we go. Everyone has a little bit more room now.
Nice.
Simon the Sorcerer.
I haven't played that for a long time either.
Same. I am the tentacle.
Should I animate some smoke coming out of the village again?
I reckon that'd be nice.
In
What
a
do you think,
distance.
Costas?
Yep.
Shouldn't take long. That's my like catchphrase. Shouldn't be too long.
Shouldn't take too long. Oh no, wrong layer.
Wow, I feel attacked.
Oh no, Jim. Jim didn't realize you can change avatars.
Yeah, yeah.
Why is there no
Isn't it-
worm? What worm? Frickin'
Earthworm
Jim.
Wow, that was a game.
That was a game.
Don't worry, you can get a warm welcome from us.
A worm.
Oh my
welcome.
god.
That's all right. That was all right.
That's actually kind of funny.
Don't encourage him.
I don't need encouragement. I'm self-sufficient. Thank you.
Self-sufficient pun. Oh, pun pet. No, perpetual motion. No, I don't like it. Yeah, I'm abandoning that one.
Why his arm suddenly got really long?
Your arm suddenly got really long.
No, not my arm. This person's
Oh.
arm.
Oh.
Feels like it's kind of stretched.
That's a stretch.
Me.
Don't know what to say. Yeah. My cuckoo clock is annoying.
You've got a cuckoo clock?
Yeah.
Ha! That's pretty cool. I've got a Totoro clock.
I
It's
want a Totoro clock.
let me
it
show you.
your neighbors?
It's wooden, so yeah, it's my neighbor Totoro clock. I got it in a charity shop, but it's like legit Studio Ghibli merch. And it's wooden, so this actually like clanks again. They're really loud. It's something I would never want to wake up to. It's so
The
loud.
warmest
And
big
it's got a little
because it's the closest thing you could
a
find.
little hymn on there. But yeah, it's cute. I like it.
Are you showing it? Oh, you are.
Yeah, on
Nice.
camera.
That's cool.
It's got like a few marks on the front, but other than that, it's pretty good condition.
I'm actually amazed I don't only.
Sell it to us.
It has a little
Oh, ma-
sticker on the bottom saying approved by Studio Ghibli.
Oh no, maybe it wasn't approved.
I'm amazed that I don't have any like merchandise from there.
I haven't even seen my
I
neighbors.
mean,
Totoro.
How?
if I went to Japan, I'd come back with a heck ton.
A
It's
flipping
really,
heck ton.
it's quite tricky to get like tickets to that museum. I
Really?
think. I mean, not that you can't get merchandise anywhere else, but I heard it's quite hard to get tickets for the museum, or like you have to book a long time in advance, which
Oh,
is
okay, yeah.
tricky.
If you're visiting.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'd love to go there. What
One
are you
day.
doing and everything? Is that work? Jump
let it
45,
jump.
100. This thing 45, 1000. You have a PVC figurine from each Ghibli
Oh.
film. Oh, Ghibli. Across the top of my dresser mirror in my bedroom. That sounds
I
amazing.
don't know. I don't know how it's pronounced. I think
Well,
it's Ghibli.
it's Ghibli. It's Ghibli, but I'm so used to saying Ghibli
Yeah.
that
Yeah. Okay. Where did you get PVC figurines
what?
from? I've been looking for something like that for ages, but obviously not that hard. But I mean, I could
What do
probably
you
like.
guys that thing of sanitarium so far?
what does the chat think of Sanitarium so far?
Yeah, because we played on Monday.
True.
Kind of words. It was kind of perfect how we got through the first chapter. I guess it was 2 chapters.
Well, do you
Yeah.
mean when we stopped stream? Yeah, the first chapter was barely like there wasn't much puzzle in there as well.
I looked up online, and then the sanitarium we went back to, it's also referred to as a chapter, even though it must be like the same as the first one.
Yeah. I think it held up pretty well for an old game.
Yeah, same. I mean, other than the distracting puzzles just to confuse you, and that boss fight, it was a little weird.
Yeah, other than some like
Nothing too insane,
clunky
though.
controls, and that boss fight was annoying. Why is my stream red?
Oh, not
No,
good.
it's staying red as
Sanitarium
well.
awesome game. Yeah, Havoc. We started playing it on Monday, and we went through the first 3 hours of the game, I guess. Not sure if anyone heard the word I said because the stream was lagging.
Oh, it seems to be green now.
Berry bush.
Sarah, can you do pixel art on your iPad?
Apparently I can in Procreate, but
Oh,
I
yeah, you
haven't
tried
worked out how to do it yet. And I could have, because I was thinking about buying a pixel art program on there, but because you can do it in Procreate, I don't know that I will, but I also haven't worked out how. Why?
I'm asking like if you can do pixel art on your iPad, because I know you're not going to be able to do pixel art when you're away, right?
Oh, I would like to have a break.
Yeah.
I'll do a bit of organizing work, but yeah.
I ban you from working.
Thank you, Matt.
Not that I can't really enforce it, but oh no. I'll sense that someone's at working.
Yeah, I think it's probably a good idea for me to have a break.
I mean, it's good. Everyone should have a break
Yeah.
every once in a while.
Yeah. Would you get burnt out? Harvester. Or was that Riverster? What's Harvester? I don't know that one.
Yeah, that's another point and click, I believe.
I gathered that.
Gabriel Knight. Do you play any more up-to-date ones, Havoc? Or not up to date, I mean modern adventure games, I suppose. I'm still working on keyboard shortcuts for this.
Yeah.
If you can change it. Oh, you can change the angle with a key binding.
Oh, Gibbous was your last one.
Oh, Gibbous, yeah.
Still wants to play that.
Oopsies.
The new game looks cool.
Yeah, it looks super fucking ambitious. Like every time I see, because I backed on Kickstarter and they had like shit tons of behind the scenes. There's so many extras. Like we're doing some for the villains. They have like so many more and different style of animation, so it's more frames than ours. It's way more work.
Why is this not working?
What's not working?
My pixel version of this animation. Maybe it's a little bit better.
I think it looks good.
Yeah. Thanks. Just like the colours.
I mean,
What's that?
if it was a character from like Doug or something, then yeah. But
Right.
And Cody is still on your list. Isn't Cody any good? For those who played it, I don't really like the 3D graphics. Not my style.
I'm trying to
Ooh,
remember
Sarah,
what it
we're all
is.
these nice people.
Oh, it's my villager design document.
I didn't know. I haven't seen those left ones.
The left ones.
The ones on the left, I haven't seen them.
Oh.
No, the left ones.
So it looks like he's doing crazy little aliens and then turn them into humans.
I need more colours though.
9 Noir Lives. Yeah, I think that's a animal detective when I click, right?
I feel like I should. Do I know that? I think I know that.
It's very cartoony style, I remember.
Looking up. That looks cool. Lots of games about cats.
Yay.
Cat detectives. Weird. Guess what I did?
What?
Drew on the wrong layer.
It shouldn't take long.
It's fine. Just copy and paste it. And we'll forget that that ever happened. Oh, the colours are looking a bit more normal now.
I heard you like rotating heads.
Are you rotating? Oh. Where's her neck?
Irritate.
Her neck's disappeared though.
No, I traced over the idle one.
Oh, okay.
Supposedly it's there. But she needs to look down, I feel like, and then go down. Not like that. Okay, let's fix this. Might be useful. Center off. Just look down. Encodia is pretty good, says Deluxe Ducks. It looks great, and there's a couple of very well-written scenes. The puzzles are reasonable, but some players complained about pixel hunts. There's a few odd fourth wall-breaking jokes that fell slightly out of place. I enjoyed it and will play it again at some point. Havoc says, I don't play that many point-and-click. To be fair, still not finished the Deponia games. Yeah, but there's so many.
There's so many Deponia games, or there's so many adventure games. I only played the first Deponia game. I didn't really like the main character, so
Yeah, yes.
it's kind of hard to.
He was too much of a dick. Like, even for an adventure game standard, it's like.
Yeah, he's a bit. I don't know, yeah, a bit misogynistic and unlikable, to be honest.
Yeah.
Whimsical dicks. The capybara is here for you. I hope you'll be here for more than just a capybara.
You're for the wrong layers.
Capybara is the main attraction.
No. Teamwork is the main track. Teamwork.
Oh, how do I do hair?
I'll get out of your hair.
Thanks.
Jeez.
You do them either bright pink or bright blue.
Ah.
What's this mega ginger person you drawing?
Well, I thought there weren't any other gingers compared, like, other than the Amazon and such. I
You
thought.
don't have to do the same hair as I did. It's just like I'm doing hair because I don't know what to do.
Yeah. No, and I'm aware of that. For like, hair's kind of difficult for me to do on men, on males.
Yeah, I think I'm done with this animation.
Last door.
Okay.
That was that last door. Was that one which was really tiny
Love the
resolution,
last
wasn't it?
door. Yeah, but it was spooky at times, definitely.
They're the ones
Yeah.
that made Blasphemous, the studio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
which was a mega jump. Not like
Yeah.
one was like 4 pixels, the other one a billion.
I
Yeah,
really
Last
like
Door had
Last
an
Door.
amazing soundtrack too.
Yeah.
I just think they did a really good job of like capturing the mood and spookiness with like so few pixels.
Yeah, it's very hard to do a horror game with point and clicks, let alone like with not many pixels.
Yeah. Wait, what's sexist? What did I say?
Oh, Sarah is famously sexist, so.
Seems unlikely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he said.
I mean, I said that I can't draw men's hair. I mean, that's not sexist. It's true. Not that I can't draw. I struggle to do it. I find women's easier.
Yeah, I'm completely the opposite.
Or I guess you could
Women's-
say, sure, let's be less sexist there and say that I struggle to draw shorter hair. Because, like, totally
No.
you can get men's hair that's longer.
If anyone's famously sexist, it's more likely. What's that? I can't read very well. It seems to be saying Sarah there.
Famously cost.
This also could totally be a girl. Hair. Hair's weird. No, I'm being hairist.
I wouldn't say I'm famously sexist because I'm not very famous.
Infamously.
What do you mean? You're a famous actor.
Yeah, my joke was that I am sexist, but not famous sexist.
I'm not sure if that's better.
No.
Alrighty. Next frame.
I have an IMDb. Blah, blah, blah. Costa says an I. Yeah, I do have an IMDb page.
Why do you have an idea base?
Because I've worked on. No, what do you mean? Because of you? What have I?
Oh right, you worked on your own films. That's true. 'Cause you
Yeah.
have
Well,
been in some
no,
films and you weren't
it's
in
not.
this.
It's not for my own films. It's for.
Oh, you were?
I don't think my credits are on from your films are on my IMDb page.
Fair enough.
It's no, it's from two short films I worked on a while ago. I helped
thought it
on.
might have been from that big film you were working on too. I guess they did.
Yes, I do have an IMDb page. I am very famous. Big film. Oh, what? Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Yes.
Nah,
That's
I
pretty
mean,
cool.
I was a production assistant. They don't put those on there for like a week, less than a week, because it was a bank holiday weekend.
It's cool though.
Yeah.
Have you seen their other stop motion animated one? The Isle of Dogs one?
Yeah, I
I
have.
don't think it's as good, but
No.
it's still quite good.
Yeah. Oh, an actor. I helped in the crew basically, but what am I trying to say? I helped in the art department. And I did a bit of stop motion animation for one, but I didn't make it. Because
Oh.
it was pretty... No, but like the thing is, it was asked last minute if to do it. And it was basically with some like, working with some like vines. And I was
So
working
you
with
only had
this...
6 seconds to
There was
do
this
it.
other person who had come to help as well. And it was just a mess, really. Like, I should have been properly thought out beforehand.
Huh.
Wait, what? Never think? I find it hilarious when you're an assistant to an assistant. That is hilarious. Of Isle of Dogs. Wait, what? What are we talking about? I was a production assistant for like less than a week on Fantastic Mr. Fox. And I, on 2 short films that I'm on IMDb for, I was a art department assistant, I guess. I don't know what you call it. Actually, I don't know what I'm credited as. Yeah, it just so happens that I've worked on some other ones, but they just so happen to have made an IMDb page for it. IMDb.
It's pretty cool though.
Yeah. Wait, what? Is this a joke? Have you heard about the stop motion movie from Russia that probably never will be finished, or is it actually real? I don't know why it sounds like it's the start of a joke.
For Russia. Well, maybe not.
Is it because they're Russian it?
I mean, the joke worked now.
Oh, I just read that. Good.
Why does when you reverse the climb animation, it looks super choppy?
But when you play it normally, it's fine?
Once he climbs up, it's fine. Once he climbs down, it's crazy.
Don't know.
The Deluxe Ducks made this into a joke for a
3 stop motion movies from Russia walk into a bar and the bartender says. Oh, there's some awesome like stop motion. I actually don't know where it's from. Don't think it's actually Russia, but yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. Kind of helps if I know the names of the people. Damn it! Who are they called? Costas, you would have seen this at university, but I don't think you'd remember. It was stop motion.
Good.
So one person, or maybe there were 2 people. There's the cat with hands, and then there's the people that did stuff with like doll heads. It was like really spooky, weird stuff.
I don't remember
The brothers something.
And I remember I hated it.
The cat with hands.
Well, if you type the cat with hands, you're probably gonna find them.
Oh, so this is an actual thing. They 45 years now. No, cat with hands was someone else. I'm thinking of
I need an idle animation. I could do an idle animation.
For a moment there, I thought you meant doing an idle animation of the smoke on the village, and I was a bit confused. But
No, I guess I do need to do that. Well, not an idle animation.
Oh, hi Nathan.
the brothers Quay, that's what it was. They do pretty cool
Them
spooky
brothers
stuff.
be great.
Quay. Hey Nathan! Sorry, I didn't realize he was the one who said the idol. I'm lost.
Yeah, every time Matt talks though, the capybara moves.
Yeah.
Impressive.
I think
No one's
I showed
commented on that.
They're just too amazed.
Does anyone actually notice that? Or is it because like Matt's constantly talking, so then they don't realise? I just think it's like a
No, he
constant
never
gif. I'm joking.
Yeah, I am known for babbling.
I need to look that up. What's it called? The overcoat. It's Russian and been working on it for 45 years. I'm
That's
not.
life.
This one's not a backer. It's just a background villager. What was it? The overcoat. The overcoat.
Deluxe Lasky, so you can make fun of him.
Russian. Russian stop motion. I shall look that up. That's crazy to be working on it for that long.
That's definitely a passion project.
I do love stop motion though.
I don't love it, but I appreciate it. Seems very time consuming.
Yeah, monotonous. I can't imagine the idea of working on a film like Fantastic Mr. Fox or something where you animate a scene. It's not even just films, I guess it's literally anything. And then you have to redo it. Because you know how like when you film like live action and you have to like film the same shots multiple times because like each time is kind of different. It's exactly the same as stop motion. I'd hate the thought of having to do it over and over and over and over again when it takes so long to do.
Yeah.
And I think, when I used to do stop motion, we do that a little bit, but obviously not as much as that because it's just crazy. Crazy. What the hell have you just linked me to, Costas? How to hold animals?
Yeah, look at
The
that
calming
cover.
art of
Looks
connecting
amazing.
with creatures big and small.
It looks amazing, this cover. Look how they're holding this hamster at the bottom.
Is that a scorpion?
I think it's one of those water things. Something between a prawn and a...
Like a crustacean sort of thing.
Yeah.
Wait, let me show it on my screen so people can see.
This book looks
There we
interesting.
go.
I would like that.
You'd like it! You just want to hold a hedgehog like that.
Don't want to hold anything, but at least if I saw one and there wasn't an emergency, I would be like, okay.
He wants to learn how to
hold
hold them up. Oh, how could you hold
Well,
a
the heads that
dragonfly
they-
like that?
Why would you
even hold a dragonfly? And what the heck, that poor budgie? You don't have to hold a budgie like that. Why would you hold a budgie like that? Oh, look, it shows you how to... And surely you shouldn't be holding a butterfly like that. You shouldn't be touching their wings. I don't
Maybe that's
agree
how
with
to touch
so
them
much of
before you
it.
kill them.
Oh, chinchilla. That's such a random book.
I'm curious now. I want to find it.
So why would that film never be finished? The overcoat. My cat's just staring at me. Okay.
Bit scary.
Yeah. It's just like around the edge of the bed. There we go.
That is famously crazy, though.
Yeah, she's coming here now to beat you up.
Oh my God.
Hi. Nope, you're just gonna sit there and sneeze. I am done, Costas.
With what?
The drumming person. Is it alright? Oh, perfectionism. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, although that top drumstick looks kind of.
I know, but I don't understand what the problem is. What are you scratching? What are you doing? The one in like the main hand.
The one that goes to the top. Yeah.
I feel like I've overhyped this capybara.
You
Or maybe
overhyped your talking.
I was so
through the
excited
stream,
though.
I think. It's like, oh, I'm gonna talk all the time, just show off my animation.
Well, I guess I need to talk, but I don't want to. It sounds like a lot of effort.
That looks great, man. Says Ozo.
It feels like I'm just using the stream as a platform for capybara.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this stick sort of be
I know,
because it's vertical. I think it's way too vertical.
but you have it vertical.
Yeah,
Just like
even on mine,
maybe
it stands out a little.
just bend the line a bit
Yeah.
to give it some sort of weight, give it some like an anticipation. Sort of.
Our avatars don't fool anyone. Why? Because they were humans. You can say
Well,
that. There's a
how do we ever
sense
know
of
this?
channel points. There we go. That's what I meant.
The blinking.
Yeah, I
is
know.
creepy.
Matt is got us so used to blinking and not no blink. Thanks, Dave, for restoring order.
I think I did
Now-
originally have.
Now the humans have been outclassed in the stream.
I should make Costas a dog and an avatar. Pixel.
The talking dog avatar.
Yeah.
Thanks for the follow, Dark Spaniel.
A fellow dog, from what I read.
A daft spaniel. Is it daft or daft?
Daft.
I guess that depends.
I mean, I say daft, but it's probably the same way that you maybe say dance and I say dance. Do you?
Dance dance.
What do you say?
Dance. Well, I'm one of those weirdos that will just say either because
Oh yeah, like garage and
Because I don't
garage.
want
Bath
that.
and bath and bath.
maths.
Bath.
I mean, broadly speaking, it's like a north-south thing.
Yeah.
This conversation is going south.
Is there a north-south divide in Greece, similar to the UK?
Well, there's this divide. It's us from Athens, and everyone else was like, "Ooh, you people from the capital." So basically, it's basically normal people and people we don't care about, something like that. I mean, there's also Crete, which is like a different country because they have like different food and they speak like really weirdly compared to like you understand what they're saying, but they have their own words sometimes. And I'm like, excuse me.
I can change.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Like one of the biggest, second biggest cities up in the north, and it's okay.
Is that Thessalonica?
I feel like it's mostly people from the capital don't really give a shit, and then everyone else who's not from the capital are like, "Who are you guys?"
He didn't hear
And you're
you.
like, "Yeah, okay." Huh?
Did you hear what Matt said?
No.
Thessalonica is the other one, is it?
Yes, Salonika. Yeah.
Or Salonica. I see. I can change.
Salonika is, the north.
I can change the sort of energy of the talk animation, so it jumps about a bit. It looks a bit. I'm gonna leave it. It's just bouncing around in his little tub.
Wait, what?
Oh, that's funny.
Look at why it's going around boing boing.
Oh wow.
That's the thing that's built into the.
Well, I mean that's cool, but you still have the bouncy. You still have an idle thing. Don't think anyone ever had any issue with the animation. It was only the non-animation.
Yeah, maybe. I feel like it's antithetical for a capybara to be this irate. But there you go. You'd have to do something especially heinous to anger a capybara.
Like not give it a snack.
I don't think it would care. I've seen like a bird or a pelican try and eat a capybara, and it just sits there going, eh.
I saw that as a meme or something. I saw a pelican trying to eat it, and then the next frame was a pelican at the back of a police car. That made me laugh. Obviously.
It works quite well with that little tub that he's sitting in.
Yeah.
Because it just bounces around. Oh, I want to make more now. I'm going to have like one every week. Be like, what?
I see Ben Chandler, the background artist. He retweets capybaras all the time on my Twitter feed.
Really? Have you seen his like recreations of?
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Recreations of what?
He did like demake backgrounds from like.
Yeah, I don't send him to Sarah because he doesn't know the games, I'm sure, but he knows Beyond Good and Evil that he just did.
Oh wow, really?
He's doing like point and click remakes, like one frame of what it would look like if it was more like what it would look if it was a What Did I game, because I kind of associate the art with his style now.
Yeah.
Wait, where is it? There we go. Oh, actually, the Disco Elysium was really, really cool when he did. And I could get that reference.
Yeah, he's done Disco Elysium, Heaven's Vault, and Beyond Good and Evil so far, I think.
Okay, ignore the timeline thing.
Okay, let's just go let the cat out of the room. Be right back.
Let the cat out of the bag.
Let the dogs meow.
Jesus. I'm leaving. Can't stand it anymore. No.
Yeah, Heaven's Vault was really cool, the sky and all that, but I haven't played Heaven's Vault.
No, I've not played it yet.
What would make them demake? Yeah, exactly.
It's a common theme, me not playing new adventure games. Or, yeah. Is this ramp sort of rampy enough for your requirements?
My ramp requirements? Wait.
Or should I ramp up the quality?
You want to zoom out a little? Ah, that's interesting. Is it? It kind of looks like it was cemented.
I'm just trying to give the sort of rock a bit of.
Yeah,
slickness.
What's the length like in my thingy?
I could go a bit longer if.
Yeah, just if you can, just try and keep like it looks good. Just try and keep the length so that the animation fits on it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll just work.
Because there's at some point it just like basically goes all over that and spreads berries, squeezed berries on it.
I mean, it's not like we can keep changing it to suit the animation.
Yeah, it looks pretty good though as a starting point. Taylor says wasn't a huge fan of Heaven's Vault, but it had some interesting ideas. What's the length like in my thingy? I was on quoting you. Ramped up quickly.
It's been done already.
Wait, do I have
I'm back.
something dawned on me? I can probably use the same animation as before. With a ladder.
Welcome back, Sarah.
Thank you.
So yeah. All right.
No, stream, why are you going red? Oh, I think it's just Discord.
Oh no,
Bye.
it's angry.
Yeah. Right, is it any better or not? I think it might also be the problem that 2 frames of the drumstick is exactly the same diagonalness
That-
angle.
I
Diagonal.
mean, you can always just vary them,
Hey,
see how it looks.
Yeah. Okay.
Do either of you do Wordle?
No.
Yes.
It's too.
Hey, guess
I
what?
don't want to conform. It annoys me
Oh,
how everyone does it.
Conform to fun. Guess what? I solved it on 2 tries yesterday.
wow.
Yep.
Be a conformist, Sarah.
I don't want to use
Join
words
us.
like the rest of you.
I mean, yeah. I kind of didn't play it for a long time and then just tried it and thought it was fine.
Well, Ozzy sent it to me for the first time, so I did it once, and I was like, okay, cool. And then that was
Yeah,
it.
Ozzy needs to master words before he goes to Wordle.
There's no need for that.
What do you mean? Where's Ozzy these days?
Well, he doesn't want to be around Costas' bullying. No, I'm joking. I don't know. He just hasn't been on stream for a while. He still chats to me every now and then on the Discords. On the Discords. I think I'm spending too long on this, considering it's just a background animation.
You can mute Wordle, Hravok, from Twitter. Because muting words is very useful when you don't want to see certain content. Non-fungible content.
Is this any better, Costas? Wait, hold on. That looks weird. Oh, I don't know. Costas waits patiently.
I wonder.
It still looks weird, but I guess we don't really care.
I wonder also if you could darken the rear drumstick a bit, because it kind of looks like, well, both of them kind of look like they're part of his arms.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And you could add some depth by making the back one a bit darker.
Yeah. I'm wondering if in general they should be darker.
It looks like he has
anyways.
little. Yeah, looks like he has gigantic tentacle arms. He's just like waving.
Tentacle arms.
Don't worry, Ravik, we won't we won't get you started on it because we don't want to talk about it.
ENF tips.
Oh wait, that's not the back arm. Damn it.
You can do it, Sarah. You can pick the back arm. It's within your power.
I don't know what it is. It's too hard. Oopsies. That's one thing I don't even know why. I think when I try to do Control D to deselect, sometimes I do Control F in A-Sprite and it goes full screen. Like, it takes away all like the UI pretty much. And it's frustrating. Whoops.
I think that drum thing looks fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it's okay. I'm gonna leave it now.
I mean, for like a little idle animation, like
Yeah.
it's gonna be fine.
Right. Who's next? Oh, actually, no. What's next is save it, so I
You got
don't
you and me
lose it.
and Matt.
I'll do those animations. I was trying to do all the ones in the village square first. I guess you're there and I'm there. Save as. A-Sprite. Okay, I'm done. Where's my folder? Chapter 1, village, background. Did you send? Yeah, you did send Mimi. Mimi, that's Mimi.
Thank you, Mimi.
Can I have a capybara in this game? Just gonna sneak one in. Can't stop me. I was playing through Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I think it's the third one of the new ones. And like right at the beginning, or not right at the beginning, like the first proper level, I was walking through the jungle and like a little creature ran out in front of me. And you'll never guess what it was.
A capybara.
I was like, oh. And then it got me thinking about that bit in Fate of Atlantis when there's a capybara that you have to chase around.
Is that?
Oh, well, that was a capybara?
Yeah.
I remember you had to chase around something, but I thought it was a pirate.
I think it's a capybara. And then it gets sort of killed by the snake, kind of. This was before I liked capybaras, so
I could afford to let them die.
I mean, I think it dies regardless of what you do. So. Well, I guess you could quit the game.
Rage quit.
Oh yeah, as Davor says, you can kill them and skin them.
No.
Which I've chosen not to do yet.
Okay.
unless there are ones that are already dead for whatever reason. But I don't really want to hunt them. So. Lara Croft only brutally murders humans, not animals. Your AI works, Nathan. Why is Nathan turning into a robot? What? Why? I've got many questions. Is this how the Borg starts?
Yeah.
Yeah, so far it's fairly run of the mill in response to Davor, but I haven't got too far in it yet. There's a cute sort of segment when you play as a young Lara, sort of climbing around her mansion, and she's kind of like pretending that she's on an adventure, and you're like climbing around. It's kind of cool. Like, puts you back into the mind of a child and their imagination. Young Lara Croft. I'll be right back.
I think this works. It's a little bit quick, but it's better than nothing.
Yeah, it's kind of jarring how it suddenly goes to the other one.
Yeah,
Not
because of that.
Yeah, not your animation. Just like it's kind of hard for me to see, but yeah, I think so.
It's hard for me to see too, but I think it works.
Oops.
on how to fold anime.
Where did you find that? I was on Twitter.
And also, I basically use the same animation for both, sort of.
For both what?
Both crouching. From standing to
Oh,
crouching.
okay. You've used the same animation, or it's similar?
Yeah, partially. Thing is, I don't know if it works the other way around. Let's try it.
Hello.
Welcome back.
It's very quiet. I'm scared.
Is the climb supposed to be on trees?
Is it supposed to be on threes? I don't know. Cannot answer that right now.
I am gonna say no, and let's say again. Yeah, I think it's not on trees. Because that GIF was in trees. Yep.
Laura Croft. Laura Croft.
Laura Croft. Tomb Raider.
Dave will keep calling her Laura. Laura.
What do you have planned for your week off? Or trip?
Well, Saturday, a couple of other friends are coming round, and we gonna probably play some sort of board game or something.
I do like a board game.
And then for the rest of the week, where it's just me and my friend and her little son, we're going to forest school on Wednesday, I think.
Forest school? What's that?
Yeah, I don't know. They just do learn stuff in the forest, which sounds like fun. She sent me a video of him the one time when he had these little binoculars he'd made out of toilet rolls, and was going around like looking for stuff, but he'd go up right close like to something to look at it, because obviously it's toilet rolls, it's not actual binoculars. So he got him binoculars for his birthday present that's coming up. We'll have to use it with supervision though. But yeah, I don't know what's going to happen in forest school. I'm excited.
Supervision, so it's not just normal vision for the binoculars.
Did you never used binoculars before? Turn the joke back on you. This makes you sound stupid. I'm sorry. And then yeah, probably just watch some stuff, play some games. Yeah, fun.
You know, what stuff and play games at your house?
Huh?
My argument.
I mean, I can't be playing multiplayer Xbox games here, can I?
Well, if you own an Xbox, you can.
But I don't. The whole point is I don't. No, I think there's some spooky thing she wants us to watch.
Oh.
Don't remember which one it was.
Looking too weird when I reverse it, but I'm not sure.
It's hard to tell when it goes from that last frame to that frame.
Yeah, but that's all I have now.
What are you eating, Matt?
No, I was just peeling a label off a candle.
Oh, not so exciting. Actually, no, that does sound exciting.
Quite exciting.
Yeah.
Just-
As long as it came off properly. Because that's the worst when labels.
well, it was only on the bottom of the.
Okay.
So it's not too bad. I don't think it's a very good candle anyway.
Oh.
It looks a bit rubbish.
Should play cool couch co-op like Overcooked. Yeah, we've played that already, but I mean, no harm playing it again, right? But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we play when we're together.
Yes, Nathan, I have watched a new one,
I have
but I
not.
can't say anything. We'll have to discuss it elsewhere sometime.
No, it's still jarring, but
I don't know. That seems okay, right?
well, I mean, it's like if it's the other way around, it makes more sense because there's gravity involved. But now maybe I need to add the frame. I don't know.
I see.
I'm watching the new Boba Fett. I got my hat. But I haven't seen the latest episode.
Look at
My hat. Yeah, it has.
Look at my hat.
My hat is relevant to this conversation.
It shows that clearly I'm watching it.
Yes. Otherwise, it would be a poser.
What the heck?
No, it's not the second season. It's technically a third season, but it's also a new show. I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you, Davor, but The Mandalorian and Boba Fett actually is one of my favorite Star Wars things.
Has anyone been watching Snowpiercer?
No, hasn't been 2 episodes yet.
Yeah,
I
2 are out.
of the first season, or is there a second?
Second season.
Oh, I haven't watched the first
No, it's
season.
third
Oh no,
season.
third season. Third season.
Third?
Yeah.
Oh my god. No, I haven't.
Sorry, you look like a child in your version.
I also have realized that I've made this clay in the pot the same color as the
Yep.
skin. What color is clay? Pretty red, right?
Kind of reddy brown. Yeah.
But like compared to like more vibrant than the pots that we've got like before it's baked.
I mean, I guess clay can be any color really. But stereotypically, it's like reddy brown. Oh. No, I just thought Dave will mention. I assume you mean the Expanse.
No, the Wixpants.
The Wuxap, the Wuxapant.
I feel like I started the Expanse and then I just didn't.
I haven't watched the last season yet.
Which one's the Expanse again?
The setup is kind of like near future-ish. Just set in the solar system, and it's like Earth, Mars, and like an asteroid belt.
Sounds like
Factions.
you're getting paid by the executives to advertise this.
It's hard to set. It's hard to set up with it. It's hard to set up without really.
Yeah. I think this might be the one I tried and then I decided not to
So
watch it.
after the first series was done, did they release an expansion for the rest?
Yes.
Yes.
For the second season, and the third season, and the fourth season.
Sorry to make jokes in your expense.
Oh, that wasn't too bad, to be fair. I shouldn't.
About my ex puns.
Why do I look like a child? Is it because it's small or my limbs are too thin?
Because you're
Your
tiny.
lips are crazy thin and your head is oversized. I don't know.
Where am I meant to be? I'm not on this, am I?
I'm not gonna have seasons.
Oh, no,
if
that's
it's
that
in
me?
space.
You're meant to be.
Here?
I don't know where here is. Back in time.
Yeah, it's the same
You're
spot.
here.
Except that rock's in the way. But
It's okay. You're at child. You don't need much space. Don't worry if it's a little bit unrealistic. I'm eating fruit in my version.
And I'm sleeping. Oh wait, I like sleeping.
Matt never sleeps.
I wish I didn't have to sleep. Sleeping is pointless. Or
I enjoy
at least
sleeping.
it's a waste of time.
yeah,
I mean,
I get
it's
it.
not a
I
waste
get
of time, but
Yeah, but then if you didn't sleep, you wouldn't be more appreciative of your other time. So necessary.
No, I get like that when I get in periods where I just want to work constantly and I don't want to sleep. I don't want to eat. Cause
Yeah,
like,
I don't get it when I want to sleep constantly.
what? You know.
I don't want to get it when I want to sleep constantly and I have to wake up to do work.
All right.
Which is the opposite.
The
of what
opposite,
you
yeah.
want to do.
it's because you're a cat, Costas.
I'm a dog, it was a cat.
Well,
Afternoon, Frozen Well. How are you?
Naming Lane just realized the capybara movies with Matt talks. I know no
it
one.
does. Yeah.
Hey, it's Frozen Well. Hello.
Yeah, 3 hours instead of 8 hours. That seems like a good
You know that
compromise.
sleep diet thing, right? Where you basically sleep every 2 hours for 20 minutes, and
Every 2 hours for 20 minutes.
instead of sleeping for 8 hours in a day after you're used to it, you end up sleeping like 2 hours in the entire day, something like that.
No, thank you.
That
Or
sounds
is it,
horrible.
is it, no, I think it's 20 minutes every 4 hours. I think it is.
So you only sleep for like an hour and a half in 20 hours, 26, 24 hours.
Something like that, yeah. And apparently
mean-
your organism is fine with that. After
Your
like,
organism?
a week of being used to it. But the thing is that you just need to take a
You're
20-minute
controlled
nap
by
every 2
something.
hours wherever you are.
I mean, well, I guess if it works, then
Oh
kudos.
yeah, person. Well, it's 3 of us now. There's a capybara and 2 humans. There were
Oh.
always 3 of us, but Matt started joining us recently.
On the streams.
I join from time to time. I think this is like my more consistent run of being in.
I think it's also a day where superpower to be able to like fall asleep and wake up, sort of whenever you want. Makes sense.
I would like to be able to do that. Just sleep whenever. If I had to.
I think that's impossible, Nevik. Like, I could never look at a goofball.
Is it?
We do need
Yeah.
I
a
can see
Costas
for you.
pun remote.
Flipping heck.
Flippin' heck. Whoops.
Sounds like she's about to flip some hacks. Nathan's I'm happy to hear Nathan's AI is moving forward, but I want to hear more about his Tseri situation in the next game. How's that progressing?
True. There better
Are there
be
enough stairs? What
plenty
about the
of...
physics?
That was fun.
You know which serious those stairs.
Oof.
I made that joke plenty of times during that stream.
Dulux Tuck says has an extremely consistent sleep schedule. I think that's a superpower. Especially with all like the screens and stuff that we have.
Yeah,
To be able
mine,
to like say I'm going to bed now and then do it is kind of commendable.
yeah. Mine was super consistent up until more recently that yeah, I've just been going to bed later. Struggle to get away from my computer.
Yeah, same. Well, I started reading all the Harry Potters now, so I'm kind of like, if I'm gonna go to bed, at least I'm gonna get some entertainment before I sleep.
Had you not read them before?
I haven't read. I've read the first 4 ones,
Why are you drawing a ghost, Gus?
but that was before even the movies came out. So like I've read the fourth one. The fourth one was the first book I've read because there were no like titles 1, 2, 3, 4, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. So I read the fourth one first, and
Oh,
then
what
I
the
was
heck?
like, oh, there's 3 more. Then I was like, oh, there's 3 more. But now that I'm rereading them, J.K. Rowling gives you like a super fast recap sometimes. It's like, this is like Harry's godfather, blah blah blah. Last year this happened. So they give you a little bit of a preview or whatever, like a recap
Mm-hmm.
when you haven't read them. So it did make some sense, but I was still like confused as fuck. And then I've read, and then up to the point that I've read all the 4 films or 4 books. The films started coming out, and then I was like, yeah, I don't need to read them. I'll watch the film when it comes out. So I haven't read all of them. I haven't read 5, 6, and 7, if there are that many.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, Deluxe Packs.
I've only read Goblet of Fire, and that was about.
I think that's the best for me,
Wait,
but I haven't read the other one.
Why'd you only read that one? Was
That's
that
the one I'm reading now.
I think because I'd seen the first 3 films, and
okay.
then I went on holiday, and I was like, well, I might as well read the
I
fourth
think
one.
the Goblet
Yeah.
was my favorite too, even though I don't remember much.
Goblet, well, it's my favorite book by virtue of being the only one that I read, as in of the Harry Potter, not the only book I've ever read. that would be a sorry state of affairs.
Yeah, no, but it's weird how it's not like Harry Potter 1, or it's like Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and then it's like, I mean, fair enough, it was the first one, they didn't know if they were going to do more, but then after, every other book is like, doesn't have a number, you're supposed to know the order of the Phoenix.
He's so proud of that one.
I wasn't planning on that. My sister's gonna have her wedding this year, and she wants a cake with a golden snitch on it because they're like her fiance are both super nerds.
Has your sister been to the studio?
Yeah,
thing?
she actually went this this Christmas to the Harry Potter studio in where is it, in the UK somewhere, right?
Yeah, in
Yeah,
Watford.
she sent me a billion photos of it. So
I went there a few years
Oh
ago.
jeez, yeah.
Like-
yeah,
Watford, isn't
it looked really cool.
From like a filmmaking point of view, it's really interesting. Like
Especially all the
props
sets and
and
stuff like that.
yeah.
So it looks really cool.
all
Like,
the
you
all
would
the
like
effort that went into making it.
handmade stuff.
My friend used to
Some
live
people
in
would say
Watford, and that bus would always be right outside their house. The Harry Potter bus.
Actually, we were last Adventure X was near the King's Cross, right?
Oh yeah, it's got that
We didn't have time
upsetting.
to go to this platform.
The platform doesn't
mainly because it doesn't
exist.
exist. Yeah. There's a plaque there though
There's
that you can take a photo in front of, and it's
There's a-
full of.
It's
It's
the
a
trolley.
viewing.
The trolley.
there's a trolley and all, yeah.
Oh, there's a trolley too. Oh, I
And a
didn't see
queue for people to take pictures next to it.
We're all going to
Claire,
be
why are
in the
you making
game
yourself?
Nevik Link.
it. Because he's such a narcissist. Why did she replace her cat with clay pots?
What on earth am I doing?
Doing these arms really weirdly. Do I die? Oh, good point. What's going to happen to us when the Fire Nation attacks?
Yeah, Deluxe Lux. I think it elevates the game, huh? Wait, what?
Could I have a really violent
What's
death?
gonna happen
Like,
to us? Oh, right.
Matt
Oh,
wants
hell,
to
like
I mean,
really.
we're probably gonna be running in the background because there's gonna be a lot of fires and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna have people.
Matt,
I just
being
Matt
want
wants
to be torn apart.
Matt wants a violent death.
Yeah,
Done.
Okay, cool. I'll chop his head off. Yeah.
you can take
I
the
mean,
anger out
Matt
on
is
me.
gonna be in exactly the same position, but not breathing, basically.
That's not very violent.
Just like laying down like this,
Well,
with 3 pixels of blood in him.
I don't even get the dignity of
Maybe-
a horrible, horrible death.
He died from oversleeping. Probably. He didn't even die when the barbarians came.
I just ate a bunch of ants.
What?
Not me. Then yeah.
Neighbor says ladders in dinosaur times are too advanced, historically inaccurate. Yeah, sure, but there's also humans in that time. And there's a spaceship, I should
So
mention.
many historical inaccuracies. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.
Okay, that sort of starts looking okay-ish.
Yeah, we've all seen that scene in The Mummy where the scarab sort of
Ugh.
getting under the skin.
I haven't, but I'm good with that.
It's a good movie. Well,
I
feel
like The
it's a good
Mummy.
movie.
Yeah, I don't know if
They're
that's
good,
good, but I
they're good.
liked it.
Yeah, I mean, I like
Sarah
them.
likes
yeah.
her mummy.
I like them, but yeah. I like a lot of things.
I'm not a big fan of the mummy films, I guess. I never really watched it when I was younger. Or want to.
Oh, that bit
It
where the
was on TV.
Scorpion King was in it. Was it the Scorpion King?
Was it
And like
the
Rock.
one with some... Yeah, which is like
And it
one of
was
the worst VFX of
Yeah,
all time.
yeah. It was pretty bad.
When are we uploading Sarah Davor's game? Oh, that was when we started doing the Adventure X.
You can have a look at the
Maybe.
calendar that I sent you, because I can't really look at it right now. I don't have the schedule on the top of my head.
Probably next week, I'm going to say that.
Well, there's still... How many are left from the last lot of games we played? Costas.
What? We got Rosewater, I think.
Just rosewater.
Yeah.
So that needs to go up next, and then it's then we get
Rosewater
to
is coming
the
up tomorrow.
then we get to the Adventure X Jam ones. But I
Yeah.
don't remember.
The order.
Nah, not at all. Could be next week. Could be the one after. Oh dear.
Oh, they were want to do another jam.
Oh, the Laura Bomoot games are good. Both
Are
of them.
they?
I haven't
Yeah.
played them.
Yeah, me neither.
I think the first
Sierra,
one's
right?
yeah, the first one's
That's why.
probably better, but the second one's prettier. And it's got a song about an archaeologist. I'm not gonna sing it.
Aww.
One, because I don't remember the words, and two, because no. Yeah, the first one feels kind of like a murder mystery sort of thing. The second one's a bit all over the place. Eerily quiet. How's your animating getting going?
I don't know.
No.
The arms are weird. I mean, the arms are the only thing I'm animating, but...
Should have Patrick Swayze turn up. Easter egg. Somehow.
Okay, 1, 2.
Didn't you fail to mention your IKEA trip potentially next week as well?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I completely forgot about
Which
that.
I thought would be the highlight, to be
Yeah.
honest.
It is. I completely forgot. Oh, now I'm excited.
Are you going to IKEA, Sarah?
Sorry?
You're going to IKEA?
On
Ooh, I
Saturday morning.
Jealous.
Excitement. You went not that long ago, like twice, didn't you?
I was
No,
going every
just once.
twice a week.
I am going again though soon. Potentially. I don't know why it's so exciting.
I'm excited because I haven't been for like forever. I guess just getting new things is exciting. Decorating.
What are you getting? Or are you just
Various things. Like random stuff.
Oh, okay. That
Frames.
covers everything.
Picture frames. I got some new art I want to put up on the wall. What else am I getting? I was going to look at plants, but I think I'm going to get my plants at somewhere else. That has what I actually want. A new duvet. Potentially. I don't remember. I've got a list somewhere. Some like organizing type stuff. Like those shelf things that go within a shelf cupboard to like make an extra small shelf. And like clothes hangers. Yeah, just stuff. Dave was grown up. Says, I think wife and I have sadly outgrown IKEA in favour of proper furniture.
feel called out?
No, I mean, I'm doing IKEA. I don't know. IKEA is good for like affordable stuff, I reckon.
I mean, it's probably if you've got the money, I would definitely buy proper furniture.
No, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Yeah.
But IKEA is good enough.
Yeah.
I like a lot of their designs, which is convenient.
Yeah. Is that your cuckoo?
Did you hear?
Yeah.
It was Swiss cuckoo clock.
Swiss.
Yeah.
Wow. Yay, copy paste frames. I was thinking there's a lot of frames in this animation, but it's just a lot of the same frames. 3. Guessing that's 4. Is there a cuckoo clock in heavy rain? Jason.
Why do you know that?
Sorry?
You only know the memes, you don't know the game?
I've played the beginning of the game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
How come?
What do you mean, how come?
You know, you don't touch consoles usually, do you?
I was at my friend's and they had it. and I think it was tutorials in the beginning where you have to like brush your teeth and stuff. I got very bored
Yes,
and annoyed with it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's literally all I played, just the beginning tutorials, and like, it was like no. No. And then obviously I know Jason because that was freaking hilarious.
It's a meme. Something, right?
Oh, I didn't know it as a meme. I knew it as the video on YouTube of it, of the bug.
The bug?
Yeah,
I
where
don't
he
know
just
that.
constantly shouted Jason.
Oh, okay. I don't know that.
Yeah,
I
it's
just
like
thought
a
he
cut.
shouted Jason enough to annoy us.
No, no, you need to watch the. Oh, is that all it is that you press X to Jason? Was it not a bug? Was it the guy just constantly pressing X throughout that like cutscene where someone was dying or something like that, and it was super inappropriate?
So he's looking for his son in the shopping mall, and it just makes you press the button constantly so you can shout.
Yeah, but then the video has them continually shouting it like in this a different section of the game.
Oh, maybe.
Press X to Jason. Isn't that a-
Sure, it was a bug. I don't want to copy
Heavy Rain
paste.
wasn't that bad, but to be fair, I did play it at a friend's house one time. I did play the Detroit game and completed it once. With the same guy, basically, you're thinking.
Oh,
Oh,
he yells Sean. Maybe
First
that's
off.
the one I'm thinking of. Okay, it's Sean then, not Jason.
Matt's little huts there.
Oh, the smoke.
Tiny little ones.
I mean, yeah, it's quite tricky to do it, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, everything this guy writes is really cliched, but it also has a huge budget, so you kind of want to play it. So all those different things he made.
That's like the complete opposite to me. Huge budgets make me sort of not want to play a game.
Hmm.
Sarah has a budget constraints for herself.
I don't even know if that was meant to be a joke.
I don't know. I wish there's a way in Ace Write where you can just like make a section repeat a certain number of times. I don't have to like copy paste the frames constantly.
Hmm.
I don't think that's doable.
I'm not at that advanced level yet.
See, I can like loop the section, but One, two. It's too confusing. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I declare a thumb.
What? Oh, so it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2. 1,
Nanny.
2, 3, 4, 3, 2, and then you times that by 1. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Okay, times 4.
I hope you enjoy what you're doing to villas now, because later you're gonna be drawing fires on the
It's fine.
wood burning. I don't remember that part, let me think, but I believe you that this happened. You clearly haven't played Detroit. Some bullshit there.
I haven't played any David Cage game since playing Heavy Rain.
You haven't played Fahrenheit, or whatever it's called, the Indigo Prophecy, whatever it's called in the US.
Nope.
That was the first one he made, I
2,
think.
3,
Or at least I played.
4,
Back early 2000s.
5.
Did he also do that game before Detroit with Willem Dafoe and Elliot Bates? Well, it was Ellen Page, but now it's Elliot Page. Avoid confusion.
Well, just Elliot Page, I suppose.
1. Oh.
What are you owing?
I just missed a frame. I was wondering why the numbers didn't add up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Matt declares a thumb war.
5, 6, 7, 8. I don't actually know the rest of that.
I don't know what it is. 49. Here we go. Okay.
Yeah, that's the same for me, Nathan. Sarah says it's the opposite for her. She doesn't like the triple anus. I said triple anus. She only likes one anus.
I didn't even get that. Someone needs to clip that.
Hey, I didn't spell that.
Oh man.
Christ.
Saying most of his games make little sense.
Oof, how do I do this?
That was a thing. So what were you talking about? AAA games? I'm not. You like the AAA game budgets?
Because it's big budget, I guess because it's AAA, it costs us once to play it, and for me it's the opposite. I prefer indie games.
Yeah.
I think is what he was saying.
I see.
Just sort of, yeah, I don't know.
Sarah, I have an exporting question.
Export. Oh, okay, yeah.
So I have this, right?
Whoa. Oh,
Okay,
jeez.
thanks, Sarah.
Okay, Nathan clipped it, but also Dmitry Maximov Galara. Thank you for the follow. It's like the longest name ever.
That's an excellent name.
Sorry, exporting question. Yes.
Yeah, we'll look at the animation.
Yes.
Okay, that's cool, right?
Yes.
But what happens once it gets up? Well, if you reverse that's not gonna work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because look at that ridiculousness.
I mean...
What
I
does
mean,
that
she
look
doesn't
like?
need to look
It's okay.
down.
Is she not still looking down?
No, she's gonna go there and probably like be.
Oh!
It's
That's-
probably gonna be something like that.
Okay, that's fine. Just export it as two separate animations. I know it
Probably
uses
gonna be
pretty
like
much
that.
the same the same.
So you want me to
frames.
export differently, because basically you can copy paste the frames, reverse them, and delete two. But
Yeah, just
otherwise you just create new ones. But okay.
just do two different animations for me. Otherwise, it'll
Yeah, I
probably get
know, but
confusing. And then hopefully I will remember from there, or just
yeah, that's the
write
point,
on it.
because
Write on it. Oh, you know what? Okay. Can you do a text thing on? Leave it as the looking down animation.
yeah, okay.
Just on the two frames that I need to delete for the getting up
Otherwise,
animation.
delete.
Just put a text thing.
Okay.
Okay, so what's happening here? She, it's me.
She me. Yeah, I think people are a little bit too excited to clip this, huh?
I like when you realize what you'd said.
How would Freud be proud? How would be my fantasy would be to have three asses? Like, it doesn't even make sense. And I also like I was supposed to say triple A ness, so that was a mistake.
Still sounds the same.
My
It still sounds the same.
I need to make a mode where it's just a laughing.
Yeah, with, like
Okay.
tears coming out. Wait, what?
First animation of idol.
Pagan plays games. What are this? What are what?
What are this? Sorry. What are this?
Are you new to our stream? This are us people's making a game called Theropods. You can watch our trailer here. You can look at our Steam page. Whoop, Steam page here. It's a point-and-click adventure game set in a prehistoric world with dinosaurs. Yeah, so the three of us are working on it right now. So Costas does rough animations. I'm doing the pixel versions of the animations. And Matt, the capybara, is doing
Hello.
backgrounds, but background animations right now as well. Yeah, so we're just working on it at the same time.
Here's the background.
all these crazy avatars you see on screen are the people from SAD.
Some of them are characters from our games,
Cool.
and some of them are from other point-and-click adventure games. Very sorry.
No,
Oh,
you didn't post the link.
You wrote something. It's a dot. It automatically blocks links to stop bots from posting links. So I thought you.
Yeah, it's basically Monkey Island, but a lot of years later, with no monkeys or islands. But yeah, it's the same thing.
And our game has no dialogue.
Yeah. So what are we doing now? Amazon climb to idle. Amazon.
Nice. Do you make games too?
Ooh, cool.
Oh yeah. So it has speaking. So there's voice acting, but it's all grunts. And
Doesn't
it's
have
weird,
text though, other
weird
than
stuff.
the menus.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're trying to say that unlike Monkey Island, which Monkey Island technically doesn't have voice acting, it doesn't even have dialogues
Huh?
or item explanations, stuff like that. Actually, we should update that demo steak icon. Right, Sarah?
Hello.
We should update that the steak in the demo. It's constantly confusing people.
I think when you click on Costas in game, he should bark like a dog.
Don't worry, Navigating, I'm making enough grunts for every other villager in the game.
Oh, 3 grunts as in like, oh yeah, you did say
Playing
a
and plays
triple
games
grunt.
says I've been learning the last 2 years.
Oh.
My friend wants to collaborate, so I've had to find a free way to do so.
Wait, I missed that. Ooh. Exciting.
Unreal Engine looks cool.
Hmm.
The stuff that they do in like the Mandalorian and Book of
Oh,
Boba
yeah.
Fett. They do with
Yeah.
all the wild. It is impressive.
Okay, what am I doing? What else do I have to do? Sarah,
Hello.
you know those walking people?
Do I know those? Yeah.
Should I do a back and front animation for them?
I don't think so.
Well, they need to
Depends.
basically leave from down, leave from like crossing the screen downwards, or go up behind the hunter, right?
Behind the
In big
hunter?
cave. In the big cave.
A what? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think there's space
Well,
for
find
that.
the solution for me then. If you what?
I did already. I did.
What was it?
Uh,
Huh?
What was it?
I was just saying that they could walk like along. As in like. Along this sort of path?
What am I looking at? And when?
My stream, but it's gonna take forever. Send you a screenshot. Well, you might have seen it by now. It's not taking forever. Behind the tent and behind that mountain. Or rock. Which would mean moving people. Yeah, there's never going to be a straight proper path. I just think it's ridiculous doing back and for front animations for it.
ooh,
I
a
don't
lot of beeping
know.
going on outside.
No, they need to come and go.
Sorry?
They do need to come and go.
Yeah, what do you mean?
I mean, they need to come and go. Like, they need to exit the screen and enter the screen.
Yeah. How else would they do it?
By leaving the paths that are supposedly changed to other rooms.
No. No, they can go behind things. It doesn't have to be the
It
visible.
kind of looks like they're hiding behind there. It doesn't look like there was a path there.
It can be a path if you need it.
I don't think that they'd only stick to their paths.
Oh, triple dog.
Actually, yeah, if Matt does, like, instead of grass, he just paints a little road there, then it solves it. I don't know.
I really don't think they'd only stick to their paths, though.
Well, I do. Because it's their everyday lives, and you just don't go behind a tent on the grass to, like, finish up your job.
You can see both sets of teeth and they have weird positions. Wait, what? Toddler skulls? That is weird that both sets of teeth are in there. What are we talking about in chat?
What?
Talk about skulls in chat.
Oh. Toddler skulls are incredibly cursed. Oh, I guess because the teeth haven't been... They don't emerge, obviously. But they both... Wait, so both sets of teeth develop at the same time. So weird. Humans are stupid. Grundislav redeemed Costas the dog.
Oh no! Where the?
A lurking Grundislav, might I add. I just had to mute because I did a big yawn. Which would have admittedly sounded quite cool with the animation. Or looked quite cool, but there's another mode I need.
I was promised a dog and a capybara, so I had to make it happen again.
That dog. Oh yes, Maya the polar bear. Which is false advertising because it's not a polar bear.
So,
Imagine domesticating a polar bear.
what am I doing now?
Hello, Grundislav. How are you?
Just about to have his coffee and then start work for the day. This guy was pinging me yesterday to get to this adventure chat on Discord.
Did you join?
Adventure chat.
No, because I'm shy. I don't want to talk to a billion people who I don't know.
Oh, the Discord server.
Yeah, the adventure chat thing.
See, I don't think I've ever taken part.
Just about like 1 o'clock in the morning for me.
Oh, yeah. I'll be in bed if it's around then.
Oh, Francisco, tomorrow the Rosewater playthrough is being uploaded on YouTube. No. No. Well, I'm going to rant about me being turned into a dog every 4 seconds. Oh no,
Sure.
Francisco, I'm so sorry I missed that. I'm an expert in fish penises. Rent doggy, man. I'm going to talk about Nevik links and how annoying they are to everyone.
I'm sure you've got an actual rant.
No, actually, don't. Well, it wasn't a rant, but I ordered. I was telling Matt and Sarah earlier that I ordered a salad. Hey, Cora.
Oh yeah, ranting about your salad.
Hi, Cora.
Well, that was my mistake because I ordered the wrong salad.
You had a salad for
No.
brunch.
Brunch.
No, it was
Oh my
lunch,
God.
right?
I had a salad for lunch.
Did you have breakfast?
But,
Did you have breakfast? Important question. Did you have breakfast?
Yes.
You did. Oh, boring. What do you have for breakfast? Eggs.
3 boiled eggs.
Okay. By themselves?
Yes.
Okay.
With the coffee. But yeah, I ordered a salad, but okay, this was my mistake because I ordered the wrong salad. But the salad that I got was like, I didn't even know if it's called a salad because it had like greens in it, and then it had a slice of pineapple on top,
Hey, Cora.
slice of peach, and beetroot. Like, what? Who the fuck puts that in salad?
I have beetroot in salad.
Yeah, but like
I
by
think the
itself, or like with greens, not with like peaches and pineapple.
Yeah, the peach and
This is
pineapple is
weird.
kind of weird to have on the
Oh.
salad.
Yeah. And then I was thinking, ooh, Sarah's gonna be so happy with her fruit salad. Keeps going. about fruit
I
salad.
do not like. I do not. What? I hate fruit salad. Unless that's what I keep going on about.
You love them so much.
No, I hate fruit salad. Keep them separate. Don't put them together in a salad.
How else are you gonna eat prawns?
Hate is a strong word.
No,
Sure.
yeah, but it's pretty accurate, I would say.
It's
fair
kind of. I do
It's a
hate
strong
it.
word, not
I-
strong
I
enough
would-
for fruit salads.
I would never eat it. I don't know. It's like old fruit that's been hanging around in a salad. I don't know why I think it's old. I think it's because I think fruit needs to be eaten fresh. And yeah, separate.
What did fruit salad ever do to you? Actually, I don't have any strong feelings about fruit salad. I have to say.
Oh, you must. You don't have strong feelings about fruits. What's the point?
I don't have strong feelings about a lot of things.
How does animating work?
Except capybaras. I
Yeah, the
suppose.
that's we're talking about those here. Harold Reed stream. Who's Harold Reed?
I'm not even gonna ask.
You know what? Carol
I
Reed.
did.
Because whenever I ask, who's this person, everybody is like, gets angry with me.
Yeah, because you ask like who's Martin Luther King or stuff like that.
Never said
Who's-
that.
Who's God? Oh wait. No.
Why isn't Roberta Williams like the equivalent of Martin Luther King with the Fred Adventure Games?
Don't know if they're comparable.
It's no comparison. Martin Luther King's Quest. I would play that.
That would be a good learning experience. Cal Reed is a drunk AF
Where are all these people?
PL.
What is a PL?
Private Eye.
Private investigator.
Oh, PI. PI.
Oh, right.
Who would be I? Investigator.
Oh, I hate this so much. I can't animate.
Animating yourself?
No, I just can't animate in general. It's a struggle.
Do you find this trickier than something like stop motion?
Oh, I can't animate in stop motion either.
Oh, right.
I'm also was okay with doing the stuff like wind and like wind moving leaves and rain and water stuff and things like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't like people.
That's why I draw birds and capybaras. Although I haven't drawn too many birds. Maybe that could be my next talkie thing.
Torquay? Torquay is in the place in Cornwall.
No, like a talk
Torquay, Torquay, yeah.
Be to Torquay. It's a place.
This is a place.
It can be best described as. Turns out everyone is from Torquay in the chat.
Huh.
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 What are you trying to make your character do?
Well, I realised I was also kind of working on the wrong frame. Well, like looking
Oh.
at the wrong frame. Well, she needs to turn to get some more clay out of the
Oh, I see.
pot. And it's the turning that's frustrating me. I don't know, maybe it does work.
Where does the boulder go in this section? I mean, I know it's needed for later.
Where is the what? Oh, the boulder.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering too.
Is that for this section?
No, it's not for the section. It's for the
Okay.
way later section.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the barbarians use a boulder to
Yeah,
close
block
the
the
cave
cave. Yeah.
entrance. I don't know where they got it from. So I was wondering if it was already up there.
Can they
But
roll it
more
off
like
screen
hidden in
from
the
the right?
background.
Can they roll it off screen from the right or something? Not that you ever see that happen, do you? I don't think anyone will question it. Where was that boulder?
Me
We
neither.
didn't see it before. Yeah, I think it's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, I think I'm overthinking it too.
The boulder police will come after us.
I mean, it did build like a gigantic
Scaffold.
scaffolding. Yeah.
Maybe they're actually really enlightened, and it's these villagers are the true barbarians. They've got like complex machinery to move around heavy objects. They built Stonehenge. I do need to draw some scaffolding, don't I, for some bit? Eventually.
What? Eventually.
Some,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, don't need that just yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'll start saving bits. Oh, that's gonna. You know, in Aspro, if you just want to save a single frame rather than exporting the entire PNG sequence, how do you go about doing that?
I think you just do file.
Because it always asks me if I want to export the sequence, and I'm like, no, I don't.
Oh yeah. I'm sure there's a way of doing it. So do export instead, and then change it to a PNG
Right,
or whatever you want, and then instead of where it says frames, instead of all frames, do selected frames.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. That makes some sense. Export for Twitter.
Oh, like
Adjust the duration of the last frame to 1/4. So, oh yeah, because Twitter does some stupid thing with GIFs. Interesting.
I've never tried that before. Actually, didn't even notice it before.
I mean, I haven't posted any GIFs recently. So. I've never really had any problems with it.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Costas, have you had problems with Twitter and GIFs? Or do you make them videos? I can't remember what you do.
Both.
Sorry? You do both?
Oh. Yeah, I can upload them as GIFs too.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, what's the question exactly? Is someone trying to export a GIF?
Have you ever had problems with GIFs on Twitter? Was the question.
Maybe sometimes they were too squished and blurry. But that's probably me creating a GIF in the first place.
And, the IBM mainframe shell.
What? They updated my IBM mainframe shell overnight, and now all of my lovely text menus have been replaced with icons that look like they were taken from Windows ME. Well, what the heck is Windows ME?
A very old.
Edition?
What's the edition?
Millennium Edition?
Millennium Edition.
Millennium.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was a kind of slightly updated XP or
Yeah, I don't remember that.
something, or XP was a slightly updated ME. I can't remember.
Oh, XP. ME. It's a terrible version of Windows.
Yeah, I think it was notoriously so.
Oh, Deluxe Stacks, you and your Windows, it's always me.
That took you a while to come up with. But you got there.
That's how it works with pure gold.
Oops.
What do you animate in Costas? Is that just Photoshop or what are you animating?
It's a couple of people setting.
No,
No, as in what?
Oh,
Animate.
Flash. It used to be called Adobe Flash. Now it's Adobe Animate.
Adobe Animate. Adobe
But
Animate.
I've been animating on that since college, so it's basically the only thing I can.
Yeah.
I've been working for ages. But because I also use a lot of After Effects, it has really nice workflow in between. So if I ever need to do that, then I'm set for life. No, I don't super use it combination, but yeah, I think.
Ugh, sneezing.
Oh no. What could I do? I'm kind of running out of things to do. Need to look at the to-do list. Oh, I need to put some berries in the berry bush. That would be a good start.
His favorite thing, rotation.
Terrible.
Oh, today is not the day for animating.
Are you already on holiday?
Yep.
In your head?
I checked out mentally already.
It's fine, I think. It's good to be ready for a break.
3, 6.
What board games do you usually play? If you said you were gonna
With that group of
maybe play some
friends,
board games.
we had been playing. Oh God, what's it called? Damn it, I don't know the name of it. It's one. I don't even know how to explain it. Let me see if I can remember the name.
What do you do in it?
One of you is like a medium, I guess.
Oh, Mysterium.
Thank you, Mysterium. Good job, Matt.
Makes me feel like Matt is a medium.
Oh! That's what I'm gonna play. She got the Stardew Valley board game,
Oh,
so I get to play that.
that would be interesting. Be curious to see how it plays.
Yeah. Curious.
Mysterium solved.
What?
Shocking.
Of what board game you're playing?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Well, that wasn't the reaction I expected, but sure.
What reaction were you
Oh,
expecting?
right.
Just cheers and adoration.
Fireworks, something like that. Like
Oh.
beep, 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 beep.
Air horns.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I don't have an air horn. Sorry.
So how do you like the SETI people in this log?
Yeah. I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, goodbye, I'm leaving.
I actually coloured in those logs now, so. And I split the foreground
That's
off.
how many hours you logged on this illustration.
Well, I've already got like 150 hours in Sprite since I bought it in December.
Nice.
Which isn't.
One Pomodoro at a time. Bye, Dave.
Bye, Dave, or have a nice time of day that is appropriate to you. What are you doing this weekend, Costas?
Probably eating food.
Probably eating food.
Yeah, like every weekend with my 2 days.
Yeah.
But
And surely
actually,
you're
I think I think me and my girlfriend are gonna buy some plants. And by me and my girlfriend, I mean she's gonna buy some plants. I don't mind plants in the house, but she's the one who's like, I must buy some plants now. So should do some planting, like indoors house plants.
Yeah.
But technically, I'm supposed to be having with Sarah gone, having no streams next week too either. So slight change of work schedule. Actually, think I might have a little like freelance work, so it might be fine.
Yeah.
Minus the streams. I work on this on the time we did the streams usually. What are you planning, Matt? IKEA again?
What again? Sorry.
IKEA?
IKEA? No. Just doing some garden stuff.
Garden stuff? Oh, you're going to a garden.
Trimming it? No, like trimming a hedge and stuff.
Oh, so you're a garden.
Yeah. And then
Getting a hedge fund.
watch a movie in the evening on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm planning to watch Encanto.
Oh,
I
I
also want to
watched
watch The Last Duel. Because everyone's saying it's pretty good, but it didn't do very well in the cinema.
Yeah, I need to watch that as well.
So I'm curious to watch that.
I am back.
Hi, back.
But yeah, Encanto is good. You'll enjoy that. Hopefully.
Yeah, my sister has been spamming me to watch it. Seen it like 15 times.
I found that they had all the soundtrack in different languages on Spotify.
He told me
Oh yeah, I said, didn't I? So I was just listening to one song in all the different languages. It was cool.
Oh, bye, Dave. Dave's probably gone now, right?
Yeah, that was a little bit ago.
You couldn't take it, Dave, or...
What?
No, don't worry. No. Let's do a tiny little man that I'm not sure in how much detail I should animate it. The background. I think I'm done with the main foreground people. Maybe one or two in the other backgrounds. What is everyone's weekend plans?
You know my plans.
You told us your plans.
What are your weekend plans?
Oh, we've already spoken about it when you were not here.
Oh, what are your plans then? One can hear again. Brief summary.
Gardening
Oh, nice.
and film,
Nice, nice.
I think, and some games or something, or some more pixels. But maybe some real drawing in the real space.
Ooh. Yeah, I need to plan some real painting this year.
Mm.
Whoa, Luxux has been working on a jigsaw puzzle. I love jigsaw
What?
puzzles. Very exciting.
Guess what, Sarah?
What?
Webcam is here.
Oh, nice.
Right at the end of another episode of unboxing in front of the camera. This time I unboxed some plants. Hey guys, I bought a new camera so you can turn me into a dog anytime you want. And ignore
We
it.
already can do that.
And ignore my camera.
What time is it? Oh. It is 4 o'clock. Almost.
Looks like he's been working a jigsaw puzzle because he has such an active life. It's nice to have an activity that's completely quiet. That wasn't my comment, that was his.
I think I would
That was
probably
me,
enjoy
that was
jigsaw.
my words.
I think I would probably enjoy jigsaw puzzles, but I don't need to do that.
Unless
You
it was
don't
in
need
Saw.
to. What?
Unless it was in Saw.
In
I should explain to Sarah that the bad guy's name is Jigsaw.
Yeah.
I still don't understand though.
Saw, the movie, where they torture people and it's like, oh, I want to play a game.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
but I
not
don't
fun.
understand
No.
the. Okay.
My point is it's not fun. And the guy who's the bad guy, the doll, his name is Jigsaw.
So you don't want to do him, is what you're saying?
I don't want to. Oh my god.
Well, I don't. That's what we're talking about, doing a jigsaw. I mean,
I said that one Jigsaw I wouldn't enjoy, the one in Saw.
oh, it's one you wouldn't. I thought you said you wouldn't do. Okay.
Oh, I'm getting tired.
Oh, that's
It's time to stop. I'm getting like frustrated with this animating. It's just not working. Like, what is this?
Oh, nice. There's Sarah. That's the one, no? No, it's a different one.
I don't know what the box looks like. Did you get a tripod in it? My one looks like this.
Doesn't look like it can fit a tripod, but I already have one, so that's fine.
My box is the same size and has a tripod in it. Look, that's
really?
my one.
Yeah, I'll
Show
look
me
at it in
yours. Show me yours.
3 minutes.
They look very similar, but mine's the C922. Yours is the C920, or should be.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Now with tripods, so the future.
Yeah, this tiny little tripod that came with it, which I don't use, but maybe I'll find it useful at some point. But it's dinky and cute. And it's a good webcam. I like it. It's in like a non-expensive, like crazy, not crazy expensive webcam, and it's very good quality, I reckon.
Not a tripod, but doesn't matter. Ooh, it's pretty big. Noise.
It is tiny.
Pretty beefy. Oh, it actually has a. It can accept a tripod, as in like it has a little.
Screw thing.
face thingy.
Yep. Right, shall we say goodbye?
Goodbye, Matt.
Wow.
Just Matt. Wow.
But
Thanks everybody for hanging out with us. We're not
Yeah.
streaming next week because I am on holiday in IKEA, spending a week in IKEA.
I think of worse holidays.
She knows a guy who has the keys.
Some people live on, well, not meatballs in your case, but
Yeah, no. Yeah, so we'll be back on the Monday after that. On Valentine's Day.
oh no.
No,
Monday?
indeed, don't know. Yeah.
For a romantic sanitarium stream.
I don't know what's happening in the stream.
we should have the creepy sanitarium imagery with like hearts all over.
Make some heart overlays.
Yeah, it's just like, yes, Sarah, please, let's have heart overlays everywhere.
What the
Cute
heck
people.
was sanitarium? Yeah.
Doesn't
So
matter. It's a thing.
we shall see you in a week's time. Well, not a week's time. Over a
Week
week's
and a
time.
bit.
Yeah,
In
a
a
week
few
and a
weeks'
bit's time.
time.
Yeah. Thank you, everybody. Farewell.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Stop stream now.